Hello everyone, Josh first back again, bringing you guys some more Digimon ReArise, and today we're going to be showcasing our boy Magnamon. Now I don't exactly have the full team setup that I'd like to show, so I'll probably have to do another video for that. Now I did show him off quite a bit in yesterday's stream, so for those of you that were there, you probably got to see him in action, and man is he phenomenal. He also carried me through floor 81 and 90 of the new Underworld, so I might be showcasing that. I might grab that from my latest stream and then upload that later as well. We'll see. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into some PvP. Alright, let's go to the Battle Park. Alright, here we go. So, I haven't played too much PvP yet today. This is our current setup. We got Piedmon, Minervamon, Hyandro, Magnamon, and Mega Gargo. Now, there are going to be some changes that I am working towards for this team. It's just plugins are holding me back at the moment. You'll see here that I have our boy Tenacious. That is still a very, big work in progress for me plugin wise. He will be eventually being added into this team. And Mega Gargomon, I will be, of course, eventually replacing also with Gankuamon. Now, I was going to originally just skip Gankuamon and not get him at all, but then I pulled Magnamon, and I really want to see what this, pretty much mono Tenacious team can do. So I went ahead and picked up one copy. He is almost a rookie, so I'll be showing him off here, hopefully within the team in a few days, and we'll see what happens. But I also pulled Magnamon off of a YOLO summon, which I thought was hilarious, and I also invested a ton of rubies into Tenacious plugins, so you can see my boy right here. A lot of you who already watched the stream already knew that, or if you saw my community tab where I posted an image of this, you already saw these stats. But here we are again for those of you who do not know. Got his power up to 3128, his HP sitting at 9731, 2151 defense, absolutely a tank right now, and his speed is at 36. Now I got his pinpoint rate up at 20%. I need to remove that. Unfortunately, I don't really want that on my Magnamon per se, especially on his attack. So I'm going to try and get a better attack plugin to replace that in the future. I do got his counter rate at 20%. I would love to get that up an additional 30%. That way with his own skill 1, that'll be 100% counter, which would be great. And then the block rate is at 60%, which is also pretty phenomenal. Now, the one that I'm planning on removing is, where is it? Right here. This one right here. I need to replace this with one that has a main stat counter, and then defense as a substat. That's what I really need to replace this with, and then I can go ahead and toss this one over to my boy Hyandramon, or maybe give it to Gankuamon or Metal Siege or somebody else that could benefit from the high HP, because I really don't need it with Magnamon. He's already over 9k as it is, on top of the fact that I really want to push for more counters. So that's some of the changes that are still needed for Magnamon. In case some of you don't know what he can do, he can nullify poison, burn, and error effects, basically all the DOTs available on all Tenacious allies for 3 turns, which is awesome. He does, well, I got a skill too, but he does 293 damage to 3 enemy targets, increases all allies' power damage resistance by 30%, which is very important, because right now the current meta has been shifting a little bit between tech and power, on top of speed, obviously. Because Creepymon is in the meta, Gankuamon's in the meta, now Magnamon's in the meta, a lot of units that are power types. So getting that power damage resistance by 30% is awesome, and increases his own counter rate, obviously, by 50%. His skill 2, 336% damage to a single enemy target, and increases own power by 40%, which allows that 3128 to go way up. So very, very good. Uses S2, then uses S1, he's going to hit very hard. Without needing a power buffer, so very, very cool. And then you guys know pretty much what everyone else here does on the team. So let's go ahead and show this team off. Again, this isn't my ideal team yet, but I'm working on it. But I definitely want to show off my Magnamon. Alright. Go ahead and see what we're going to do here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start off with a S2 for Hyandro. We're going to get out sped, obviously, because I'm running a much slower team than I usually do. Usually I'm running like a 293, almost 300 speed team, but this team's around 240, 250 or so. So you guys can kind of see what's going on there. And what's good about Magnamon is we don't got to really force him to use his skills early because we know he's going to tank very well. Outside of being, CC'd, he's pretty much just going to sit back there and not really be in danger. So we're just going to go ahead and just work our way around. Alright. Alright. There we go. We're going to lose our Minervamon, obviously, because she's a squishy on our team. We're going to go ahead and show a little bit of Magnamon off now. Going to go ahead and drop the hammer. 2,000 on the crit. He did 644 on the counter. And then 1,700 with his S3 non-crit. And I believe it might have been blocked. I didn't actually check. But nonetheless, he is a beast. And he allows you to have a little bit of flexibility with your team. Believe it or not, because since he is so tanky, but he has the means to hit hard, he lets you be more of a back-end tanker slash attacker, because what he's doing is he's going to be a big body that you don't necessarily need to focus on at the beginning of the fight, because since he's going to be able to survive many hits and tank very well, he is your really good back-end cleanup. Just a very good back-end cleanup. It's like the best way I can describe Magnamon right now. And he's very good in Underworld, which you guys will see when I post that video, probably, hopefully later today. I'm going to have to go cut it out of my stream and then edit it a little bit, and then I'll have it uploaded for you guys. So I know not everybody wants to watch a 4-hour stream, so I like to try and take some of the important stuff for that stream every once in a while and upload it as its own standalone video so you guys can see. Let's go ahead and drop the hammer on our boy Magnamon. Let's go. Boom. Took out that, and then he attacked again there. I love that he's attacking multiple times. And like I said, his counter rate being right now, I believe, at 70%, he's still countering quite a bit. Now, I would like to get that to 100%, obviously, and to do that, I'm going to need another gold plugin that has counter rate as its main stat, not as the sub stat, because I want to get that full 30%, not 20%. That way, I'll be able to bring it up to 100. It's very, very good. All right, let's go into fight number 3 here. All right, we got Death Gamer here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just, do what we usually do. Boom, boom. Hyandramon, S1 and S2. And not being able, and being able to basically avoid any kind of DOTs early on is phenomenal. You don't got to worry about getting burnt or poisoned from units like Wargreymon here, of course, and Minervamon, which is pretty awesome. Going to lower all defenses. I'm sorry, block rate, rather. And we might use my Minerva first here because she's the closest to dying. There we go, and then we'll just do that. And then that should pretty much do a lot of work. There's a lot of different scenarios that you can set up here. So we took out that. We're going to go ahead. Magnamon is going to go boom. Look at that. Crits for I think those were all 3 and 4K. Around there a piece. That was pretty nice. Magnamon's also not a bad option if you want to build him up with crit as well. If you really, really build your team super tanky right now, not necessarily block rate, but HP and defense, you really stack your team up with passives and skills to make your team absorb a lot of damage early on, and you're not really too heavy on the speed, where you're building basically a second turn team. You could probably try to actually make Magnamon with crit over speed on his attack plugins. You could maybe even throw it on one of his special plugins as well. You could actually just do it on your special plugins. Get about 30% crit rate and not counter rate, and then just rely on the 50% counter rate and hope that it goes off often. You could do that as well. So Magnamon gives you a little bit of options, a little bit of flexibility, especially for a Tenacious Digimon that can hit very hard. So let's go ahead and just do what we do. Alright, got no shocks off. Obviously, we're going to go for the lower of the block. Never mind. We're going to get stunned. We're going to use S2 of Mega. That way, he can make 2 of our Digimon take more attack damage, which will hope for my Piedmon. And then we'll go ahead and do this and this. Give Magnamon a little bit of love. I'm trying to showcase him as much as I possibly can, but and still win. Don't want to make too many mess ups. Alright, there we go. And then he's going to hit both of these. And they both blocked, unfortunately. But he's doing pretty decent damage. He's absorbing a beating and still pretty nice on HP for pretty much all these fights. That's like really the big thing that I really want to showcase with Magnamon is he can absorb a beating and then dish it out later on. So it's very good. He's like one of those Digimon, like if you get down to the point where you just have him and Hyandro left alive and you still got like 4 or 5 Digimon on the opponent's side and they're all pretty low in HP, you could still actually win that fight. We actually had one of those fights yesterday in our live stream where I actually got into a situation where I think it came down to like a 1 versus 3 or a 2 versus 4, and we still won because Magnamon was just sitting there just tanking all the hits. So he's a very good tank slash DPS. And like I said, the best way I can describe him is like a back end tank DPS unit that is going to be very good for survivability is one big thing that he just really offers to your team. Alright, since he's got a few power units, we're going to go ahead and use Mega Gargamon pretty early on. Try and hit those for, at least hit the War Greymon and the Gankumon. Did we get him? Yes, we did. Alright. And of course, on our last fight, we got put to sleep with our Magnamon, so we might not be showcasing him in this fight. We'll have to see. Got that unlucky sleep CC. What are you going to do? Alright, at least we took care of that War Greymon skill 5. He'd actually hit pretty hard. Alright. So this is one of those situations where, like, we're pretty much... 2 of our units are kind of locked down at the moment. But look how much HP Magnum still has. They're like, they're too afraid to hit him. Oh, they finally hit him. Let's see if we can get some shocks off. Nope, of course not. What else is new? Alright. Sleep is about to wear off, thankfully. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Our Mega Gargamon. Of course, he's going to show off a little bit. Our Mega Gargamon's pretty well built up. I'm hoping to get at least 1 hit off here with Magna before this fight's over. Don't look like it's going to happen. Nope. So, the last fight... unfortunately, Magnamon just kind of chilled there and didn't do anything. He's just like, you know what, you can waste attacks on me because I'm going to tank it. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people don't think about those things, but he's basically a lightning rod, alright? He can just sit there, he can absorb a beating, and it takes away a lot of the firepower being targeted to the rest of your units, because... every time they use a single skill, or maybe even a skill that attacks 2 enemies, or even 3, as long as Magnamon is one of those targets for those skills, that's 1 less Digimon on your team that's taking that big hit that they cannot afford to take. While as Magnamon can tank very well, so taking those big hits, he can absorb the damage. And again, it just adds overall to your survivability. So, I mean, he's just a very solid unit. I'm very happy with him. Obviously, he's not going to be one of the game changers that we're going to be getting here at some point with, like, Alphamon, Old Force, Lilithmon, you know, Paladin mode, both the Omegamons, etc., etc. Those are going to be the big daddies, you know, that we've talked about briefly here in a few videos on the channel. But he is definitely, like, on my big daddy scale, a 6. Excuse me, a 6. So... he's still very good. And I believe at the moment he is the highest HP Digimon we have in the game. I do believe. I think so. I could be wrong. I think he was, because I think his base is like almost 9k. I think. Because I think Hyandro was like, what, almost 8k? Yeah, so... I think. Unless I'm missing somebody for some reason, but I think he's the highest HP / defense combo that we have in the current game. Because like I said, look at his defense. I got his defense over 2100. This dude does not care about your damage. I've seen a level 7 and a skill level 7, a skill level 8 War Greymon drop a nuke on Magnamon, and he just tanked it. So just a phenomenal unit, because again, you know, you're getting that power damage resistance against units like that, so it's 30% less damage you're going to be taking from that War Greymon. But he's also got that very high defense, very high HP, so you're not really moving the needle much on his HP, and that's very good. Because in Underworld specifically, he's going to be phenomenal because he's going to be able to carry you and absorb that damage. And that, in my opinion, is this biggest factor when it comes to how good Magnamon is. Yes, he has DPS. He has good DPS, which a lot of people don't think he does because he has a lower attack, but they forget he has that high counter rate. So he's going to attack a lot during the fight, okay? And he boosts his own power by 40%. So that, 3k that you get his attack to is going to be, way higher than that, obviously, if you go skill 2 and skill 1. But what he's really offering your team is that survivability. Him and Hyandramon alongside each other, you got a pretty well-established tank team that can go the distance, if you will. So, if you're looking for a 12-round team, there you go. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Hopefully, I explained as much as I could. If you guys have any other further questions about how good Magnamon is, or potential uses another team that you could set up with him, or any kind of other further showcases you'd like to see, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be at it with another video here soon, guys, for Digimon ReArise. And with all that said, hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Please subscribe if you're new. Join us in the Discord below, and don't forget to tick notifications so you don't miss a thing. Like the video if you did, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.